She had never felt the house so empty. Since Michael had thrown himself into his new business, days had blurred into a gray haze. The quiet suburban home, once alive with laughter and chatter, now echoed with emptiness. Even their conversations had become mechanical, stripped of warmth. She loved Michael, yes, but a deep, aching loneliness had settled into her bones. Then Daniel came to stay. Michael's younger brother, visiting for work, had nowhere else to go, and suddenly he was there. Alive, vibrant, dangerously magnetic. From the very first evening she noticed him, not just his charm or easy smile, but the way his gaze lingered, soft, knowing, and unexpectedly intense. There was something in his eyes that made her pulse quicken, something forbidden, something thrilling. She warned herself, this is family. This is wrong, yet she could not look away. When he laughed at her offhand joke, brushing his hand against hers as he reached for a coffee mug, something inside her stirred. Electric. Thrilling. Forbidden. The tension built slowly, almost imperceptibly. Brush of hands, a glance that lingered a heartbeat too long, but it was enough. Enough to make her heart race, enough to make her question herself. She caught him watching her from the doorway more than once, eyes unreadable, heartbeat skipping. She chastised herself. This was wrong. She loved Michael. She should not want him, and yet, she did. The days passed, filled with subtle moments of closeness. She lingered in the kitchen while he washed dishes, pretending to organize drawers, but secretly stealing glances at him. Sometimes she imagined his hand brushing hers. The warmth, the spark, the tension that made her shiver. One evening, while preparing dinner together, their shoulders brushed. A jolt ran through her, sharp and intoxicating. She pulled back, cheeks burning, and he noticed. His gaze held hers for a heartbeat longer than necessary. He said nothing, yet the silence spoke volumes. She knew in that instant an invisible line had been crossed. Emotionally, dangerously. Every heartbeat screamed caution. And yet, every nerve screamed desire. She tried to convince herself it was harmless, just admiration, a fleeting infatuation, but it wasn't. It was stronger, persistent, undeniable. Late that night, she lay awake, replaying every smile, every laugh, every accidental touch. Every glance carried a weight she dared not name. She told herself she must resist, and yet, the longing refused to fade. The next day, Daniel lingered longer in the kitchen, washing dishes, seemingly unaware of the tension building between them. She could not stop noticing the curve of his jaw, the way his hair fell over his forehead. Every small motion drew her attention, made her pulse quicken. When their hands brushed again, she felt the pull stronger than before. Her mind screamed to stop it. Her heart begged for more. The thrill of forbidden desire was intoxicating. Have you ever felt a pull you couldn't resist? That's exactly how she felt. She began noticing every detail about him, the way his voice softened when he spoke to her, the way he tilted his head when he listened, the way his eyes seemed to understand her better than anyone else ever could. Even Michael, the man she loved, seemed distant compared to this magnetic presence. It was maddening, and it scared her. One rainy afternoon, they were caught in the kitchen together during a sudden downpour. The rain pounded against the windows, the air thick with tension. Water dripped from their hair and their hands brushed again, electric. She felt the temptation almost physically, a magnetic force she struggled to resist. Her heart raced. Her mind screamed no. Her body betrayed her. Daniel leaned closer and she stepped back, gasping slightly. The moment stretched, fragile and intense, like glass about to shatter. And then, the sound of Michael's voice from the hallway made them both freeze. He had returned home unexpectedly again. Her stomach dropped. Fear, guilt, and relief crashed together. They separated immediately, pretending nothing had happened. Her pulse still thundered in her ears. She realized just how close they had come, and how dangerous that closeness had been. Over the following weeks, she focused on her relationship with Michael. They began talking again, really talking, bridging the emotional distance that had grown between them. Daniel's presence remained in the house, a quiet tension, a reminder of temptation resisted. But she learned something vital. Desire alone does not define betrayal. How you respond to it does. Yet, every time Daniel laughed across the room, her heart betrayed her again. Even small moments, a shared joke, a glance, the accidental touch of hands, sent electricity shooting through her. She found herself daydreaming more than once about him. In the soft light of morning, while Michael slept, she imagined his smile, the warmth of his hand, the forbidden thrill of leaning just a little too close. She scolded herself. She repeated that this was wrong. Yet, every time she tried to push it away, her heart defied her. One night, standing at the window, watching rain sheets pour across the street, Daniel appeared behind her. "You think you can hide it forever," he whispered, close enough that she could feel his warmth. Her breath caught. "I don't want this," she whispered, trembling. "Then why do you feel it?" He asked gently, almost teasing. The truth hit her like a tidal wave, because she did. Every heartbeat, every thought, screamed it. Yet restraint held her in place. Every day became a careful balancing act between love and temptation, between loyalty and desire. She learned to cherish moments with Michael, to find joy in their conversations again, and to respect the tension that Daniel brought into her life without giving in. Still, the pull never completely disappeared. It lingered, a soft hum beneath every smile, every glance, every casual touch. One evening, while baking together for a small gathering, their hands brushed over flour-covered bowls. A jolt ran through her, impossible to ignore. She pulled away, pretending it was an accident. He caught her eye and smiled knowingly, a silent acknowledgement of their forbidden tension. Her pulse hammered, her thoughts spun. Could she survive this attraction without letting it destroy everything she loved? The answer, she realized, lay in restraint, in understanding that desire does not define betrayal. That temptation exists in all human hearts, but resisting it, enduring it, choosing love, that is what makes a relationship real, unbreakable. Weeks passed. The tension became a quiet hum, a subtle energy in the background. Her life with Michael regained its warmth, and Daniel, ever present, became a test she could admire, respect, and resist. She had survived temptation without giving in, and in surviving it, she had found clarity. One rainy night, as she lay in bed beside Michael, she closed her eyes. Her mind drifted, briefly to Daniel, a flicker of longing, but then she felt Michael's hand on hers, the warmth, the steady pulse, and she realized that desire, temptation, and longing could exist, and yet love could triumph. Some loves are tested not by betrayal, but by the pull of what could have been, and surviving that pull, resisting, enduring, choosing. Love is what makes a relationship truly unbreakable. Imagine being in her shoes for a second. Would you have resisted temptation or given in? That choice defines love.